In the dazzling universe of global music icons, where the spotlight follows every movement and every bite becomes public conversation, Jungkook of BTS continues to surprise the world with his grounded habits. Beyond the stage lights, the designer clothes, and the overwhelming fame, lies a side of him that fans adore most: his love for the simplest joys. Among them, one habit stands out as both intriguing and heartwarming: Jungkook's quiet affection for dining at restaurants across the United States. For the casual observer, this may appear to be another celebrity luxury. But those who have watched Jungkook closely know that his fondness for American dining has nothing to do with extravagance. It's a reflection of his search for comfort, normalcy, and connection in a life defined by constant performance. Every time Jungkook sits down in a restaurant booth somewhere in Los Angeles, New York, or Las Vegas, he isn't just enjoying a meal. He's savoring a rare taste of freedom. People who have caught glimpses of him abroad often describe the same thing: a young man in a hoodie, calm, almost unrecognizable, sipping coffee or eating pancakes like anyone else. That simple image has become iconic to fans, not because it is glamorous, but because it's real. Jungkook, who has been surrounded by cameras since his teenage years, finds peace in the anonymity of American diners. The feeling of being able to order food without the weight of expectation, without whispers, without flashes, is a quiet form of therapy. When he first visited the United States during BTS's early years, the experience of eating in a typical diner fascinated him. Unlike Seoul, where he couldn't take a step without fans recognizing him, the American restaurant scene offered a strange and beautiful kind of freedom. He could talk to the waiter, ask about menu options, laugh with his team, and simply exist without being observed. That sense of normalcy is something priceless to an artist whose every moment at home becomes a headline. Behind Jungkook's growing affection for American cuisine lies a genuine curiosity about culture. For him, food is not just about taste, it's a gateway into the spirit of a place. He once mentioned during a live broadcast that when he travels, he tries to eat what locals love most because it helps him understand them better. That small philosophy is visible in the way he approaches American food. From casual burgers to classic steaks, from milkshakes to pancakes, every dish tells him a story about the people, the culture, and the energy that built it. During the permission to dance on stage concerts in Las Vegas, restaurant staff spoke of his humility and genuine enthusiasm for food. He didn't act like a superstar. He asked questions about flavors, spices, and cooking styles, and even complimented the chefs personally. To many of them, he was not BTS's Jungkook, but a polite young man with sparkling eyes who appreciated every bite. That sincerity reflects his personality, the same warmth and curiosity that make his music so relatable across the world. American food, in particular, seems to comfort him in a unique way. Perhaps it is because the dishes are familiar yet foreign, hearty yet uncomplicated. Burgers, fries, and milkshakes remind him of his trainee days, when he and the BTS members would eat together after exhausting rehearsals. Those late-night meals were simple, but filled with laughter and brotherhood. In a way, eating similar dishes now brings him back to that emotional space, a time when dreams were just beginning, when everything was pure and full of possibility. Every time he dines in the US, he reconnects with those memories. Sitting in a restaurant far from home allows him to recall the early struggles, the shared laughter, and the comfort of being just Jungkook, not the global superstar. Food becomes an anchor that keeps him emotionally grounded. It reminds him that even as fame expands and expectations rise, the essence of happiness remains simple: a warm meal, a kind smile, and the company of people who make you feel safe. His restaurant choices also reflect his creative personality. Jungkook is known for blending contrasts. He fuses musical genres, fashion styles, and even languages. His love for American dining reflects that same fusion of East and West. He appreciates the flavors of Western cuisine, but often finds ways to bring a touch of Korean soul to the experience. Restaurant staff have recalled how he sometimes requests spicy sauces or side dishes reminiscent of home. Once, a New Jersey restaurant owner said Jungkook asked if their fried chicken could be made a little spicier, Korean style, and when it arrived, he smiled and said, "Perfect." That single word, spoken with sincerity, left a deep impression. What stands out most about Jungkook's dining habits is how unpretentious they are. Unlike many global celebrities who turn restaurant visits into publicity events, Jungkook treats food as a personal ritual. There are no staged photos, no extravagant demands, no special privileges. When he walks into a restaurant, he does so quietly, almost invisibly. He greets staff politely, orders thoughtfully, and leaves without fanfare. People who have served him often mention his gratitude, how he always says, "Thank you," with genuine warmth. It is a small gesture, but it speaks volumes about his character. For someone whose life is surrounded by noise, dining out is his moment of calm. Tour schedules, rehearsals, and media appearances can drain even the most energetic performer. In those small hours after a show, when adrenaline fades and silence finally arrives, Jungkook finds comfort in food. A late-night meal at a diner, the hum of soft music, the clinking of cutlery, all of it forms a kind of meditation. It is his way of resetting before stepping back into the chaos of global fame. Over the years, fans have noticed a transformation in Jungkook's approach to food. In his younger days, he was known for his big appetite and love for sweets, burgers, and pizza. As he matured, his diet evolved along with his artistry. Today, he chooses balance over indulgence. He still enjoys hearty dishes, but he pairs them with salads, green juices, or lighter options. That evolution reflects not only discipline, but also self-awareness. He understands his body as an instrument for performance and food as its fuel. Yet he never deprives himself of the joy of eating, a philosophy that perfectly mirrors his approach to life. Disciplined, but never joyless. Fans who encounter him during his quiet restaurant moments often describe a similar scene. He sits near a window, sometimes alone, sometimes with his manager or a close friend. He doesn't draw attention. He looks peaceful, occasionally smiling at something on his phone or simply watching the world outside. One fan wrote, "I saw him eating pancakes in a small cafe. I wanted to say hello, but I didn't. He looked so happy. I didn't want to disturb that peace." That quiet respect between Jungkook and his fans, built on understanding and boundaries, is what makes his global relationship with ARMY so unique. Every meal he eats in America seems to symbolize something bigger than taste. It represents the bridge BTS has built between cultures. When Jungkook enjoys a burger in Los Angeles or a steak in New York, it's more than just dining. It's a living metaphor for connection. He stands as a Korean artist who has embraced the world without losing himself in it. Through food, he celebrates diversity while honoring his roots. It's the same harmony he expresses in his art, global yet deeply personal. Insiders from HYBE have hinted that Jungkook's experiences with food have inspired new creative ideas. He has been documenting his travels, the places he visits, and the emotions they bring. Some speculate that in the future, he might merge his culinary adventures with music or storytelling. "He collects experiences," said one insider. "When he eats somewhere special, he doesn't just remember the flavor. He remembers the people, the sounds, the light. Those details often turn into melodies later." Whether this means a song about travel, a visual project, or even a cafe concept, fans are excited by the idea that Jungkook's love for food could someday become part of his art. But for now, his love for American restaurants remains beautifully personal. There's something poetic about imagining the world's biggest pop star finding joy in a quiet booth, cutting into a steak or stirring a cup of coffee. In those moments, fame fades, and he becomes just another young man tasting life. It's the same humility that has kept Jungkook grounded despite his unimaginable success. The simplicity of it all is what makes this story so powerful. In an industry often obsessed with image, Jungkook's happiness stems from authenticity.